Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, good morning and welcome to a Tuesday edition of, it's a Wednesday edition of the JP Peterson Show, isn't it? Yeah. Those Monday night games throw you off. They screw up your whole week. It's like a Monday holiday. Good morning, everybody. Man, I don't think we've ever had this many comments pre-show ever. I love all you guys. Mike H, Sergio, Nathan. Who else is in here this morning?
They're in early.
Love you guys. Did I get everybody? It's not that many. Christopher Cole is in here this morning. Yeah. Love all you guys. Thank you for supporting independent media and the JP Peterson Show and FanStream Sports. We really, 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 really appreciate it. Please spread the word. We're going worldwide. Good Morning Football. Going to be on Good Morning Football on Friday again, Timmy. So we're
he ain't effing leaving.
He ain't effing leaving. They're bringing me back after that disaster. He's not effing leaving for the Jets. Isn't that what I said? I think that's what I said.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's the ticket. But anyway, thank you guys so much for jumping in this morning. We got a lot to get to. TJ Reeves is going to join us at 11 o'clock to kind of recount what it felt like being on the sidelines for that epic win over the Texans that I watched the All-22 last night with glee. Let me think. Rays baseball or the All-22? I'm going All-22. Thank you to the Blue Jays for getting out early and just making that not even worth a decision. So we got lots to get to. Unfortunately, in watching the All-22, one thing that really jumped out at me was, damn, Kancey's going to have a really big year. He's really good in the beginning of this game. He is killing people. He is shutting down the run. He is really, really good.
Oops.
And he is really, really gone for the season.
Oops.
Yeah. It was so hard to watch the tape and watch him just blowing people up. And then came that faithful play where he rushes off the side and his left arm just goes limp. You just saw it. We said it on the post-game show, said it yesterday. I'm like, that is not a good look. And when pectoral muscles get hurt, it's usually a tear and it's season ending.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's a long rehab and you can't do a lot of other stuff in terms of lifting and staying strong, which is one of his superhero.
It's a superpower.
Yeah. It's a superpower. And he's a very unique player. I mean, he's always been kind of compared to Aaron Donald because of his smallish size and the fact that he played at Pitt. Get all that. I mean, we're not going to go there, but he's a hell of a player, and he's so important to what the Buccaneers do. There's no way to sugarcoat this, boys and girls. There's just no way to sugarcoat it. It's a huge freaking blow to this defense. There's no question about it. And you just got to figure it out. And again, he's a unique player. It's not like you just plug and play somebody else. Now, listen, Elijah Roberts for a fifth-round pick has been very impressive. It's very rare to find effective players along the defensive or offensive line in the fifth round. And apparently the Bucs have done that again.
Yeah.
And it's but he's no Kancey. That is a unique dude with his size and speed and power and leverage that he plays with. It just, and with the tandem of him and Vita Vea are one of the reasons that the Bucs have been so good against the run. Now, pass rush wise, he's pretty damn good too. He gets underneath people, although, it's not like the pass rush has been fantastic this year with him. So maybe Elijah Roberts is a better pass rusher. I think that's a possibility. It's a possibility. But it's a huge loss to the Buccaneers, and now they got to figure out how to coach around it, like they have with so many other things. And again, one of the things that jumps out at you is I can't believe this team is 2-0. Like the numbers really don't suggest that they should be 2-0 in the way that, you typically look at certain things in the NFL like, okay, if you have 260 yards total offense, don't get a turnover, and have 10 minutes less possession time, your chance of winning in the NFL is about 2%. Well, they did that in week 1 against Atlanta. Okay, you get a punt blocked and a punt return that basically leads to a score. Your chances of winning that game are about 5%. Bucs won a game.
Yep.
So it's, and I'm not saying they're lucky. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're really good, and they're winning games with their C effort, and not effort, but C plus game, because they don't have the players that they need, the key players that they need to be an elite team on a consistent level. That's Tristan Wirfs. That's Chris Godwin. That's Kalijah Kancey for half the game. That's Luke Gedeke, who also is going to be out. Get to that in a moment. It's really, really difficult to win games like that. It's almost impossible, but the Bucs have done it. And one of the big reasons is, number one, game management has been tremendously improved. No question about it. We kind of detailed that yesterday. We're still going to be talking about the mystery of the did they let him score thing today. When we get over there, I will find Antoine Winfield and see if we can get an answer to that. We may not be able to get an answer to that. And I know Todd Bowles has not been asked directly about this, which is weird because, I mean, right after the game, we were talking about this on the postgame show. Did they let him score? And now yesterday, that kind of got a little bit more, and we talked all about it on Tuesday. And yesterday afternoon, a couple videos went out, and people are like, oh, this is next level thing. And I'm like, I've been telling, we've been talking about this. But do we have an answer? And I don't even know if Bowles is going to answer us, to be quite honest. Do you want people to know that you did that? I mean, from an egotistical standpoint that you won the game, most coaches would be like, yeah. Even if they didn't, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that was the plan. But Bowles didn't like that. Thank God. He's not like that. He's not that guy. But I what I do expect is kind of a chuckle, smirk today when we ask him about it. Maybe he'll give it up for real. I don't know. This is a whole new Todd Bowles. I don't even know this guy. It's like when Tom Brady came to Tampa Tom. It's a totally different. Who's this guy? Who's this Mr. Personality? Now Bowles is up there cutting up, joking. Love it. Absolutely love it. And maybe he gives us the lowdown. What do you guys think? What do you after? And I watched it again last night on the All 22, and I'm like, Now the guys up front look like they're going. The guys in the back end, not so much. And for, we talked about this with Scott Reynolds yesterday. For Antoine Winfield to make those calculations on the fly, I wouldn't put it past him. That's how smart he is. Maybe he had in his brain, look, if he gets to the second level, and that means they're going to be inside the 15, inside the 10, we ought to let them score. If we stuff them up front, then it's still kind of a thing. It's still kind of a thing. But if he breaks contain, so to speak, then maybe that's what you do. I don't know. But we'll get some more clear answers today when I get over there and start asking questions. God dang it. So we'll see how it goes today. All right. Luke Gedeke. We still don't have a whole lot of clarity on his injury. We've heard it's a foot injury. I don't know if it's an ankle injury, which it could be. We don't know. But the word is that he will be out for a significant amount of time. I don't know if they said significant. A few games. Whether that's significant to you or not, that's up to you. But I again, very, very difficult. So now what do they do on the offensive line? Do they rush Tristan Wirfs back? I think that's a bad idea. I think that's a really bad idea. Do you stick with the lineup with Charlie Heck out there? I think it's the only way you can go. Keep Graham Barton. I mean, they ran the ball really well with Charlie Heck in there and Graham Barton and Bredesen at center and that whole group. They ran the ball extremely well, 169 yards against a really good Texans defense that was playing hard. And Rashad White and Bucky Irving, at second look at the All 22. I said it the first, day one. Wow. Like, how did they get that many yards? These are two exceptional backs, without question. The best 1-2 punch in the game. No question about it. I heard you, Tim. I heard you that time.
Am I back?
You're back.
I don't know what's going on over here.
I don't know, but it's curious. So yeah, it's a lot for this team to sustain. Now, you got the Jets coming in here. Don't overlook anybody, especially Tyrod Taylor backup quarterback situation. Buck fans, I don't need to explain to you what that's all about. We've seen that way too much. So maybe in kind of a good way with these injuries, it's kind of a, I don't want to say a wake-up call, but it certainly gets your attention. When you have this many injuries, and yes, they're dealing with injuries as well. Justin Fields, hey, Tyrod Taylor may be better than Justin Fields. I've seen Tyrod Taylor play. He's really good. He's good. He's one of the best backup quarterbacks I've seen. He gets it done. And he's one of those quarterbacks that gives the Bucs headaches. He can run. He's savvy. I'm not putting anything past this Jets team. Nope, nothing. So maybe it gets them a little bit more focused, the Buccaneers. I don't know. But all I know is this, the Bucs are 2-0. It's a huge 2-0 because of the injuries that they had. And because of these injuries, they're going to lose a game they should probably win. And it might be against the Jets. Oh, you're crazy. It's the Jets. They suck. We see this every week in the NFL. Some team that we think sucks comes up and beats a team we think is really, really good. It happens every week, multiple times. So don't think it can't happen. It can. But you also have a really good shot because, they still have a lot of good players. And you have Baker Mayfield. Baker getting so much love yesterday. I loved it. All over Get Up, all over social media. Everybody, Dan Orlovsky's breaking it down. Everybody's breaking it down. You know who's really breaking down? Cleveland. Cleveland Barstool. Cleveland shows. Go watch Cleveland shows for about 5 minutes, and they're like, oh, Baker Mayfield, how did we ever let him go? You ran him out of town. That's how. Sports Radio Cleveland. Get out of here. These guys are like, oh, the Browns let him go. You were the one yelling about him. Get him out of here. He's a punk. Cleveland radio. Shut up. You people. I can't believe the Browns let Baker. Why did they bring in Deshaun Watson? What were they thinking? You're the guys that were yelling about it. I didn't realize this when Baker first took over. I think I saw this number. They were 131-2. Or some ridiculous number like that. And he came in down 14 points and won the game and finished that season. He was 7-7 with that Cleveland team. You would think at that point somebody said, you know what? This guy's pretty good. we could win with him. Then he took him to the playoffs and won a playoff game. Nah, we need Deshaun Watson. If you're a Browns fan, you just got to be, I feel for you. I really do. I feel for you. But watching Baker Mayfield do his thing, and he's just, again, how he got out of that 4th and 10 blitz is, I don't get it. He's a free runner coming from the secondary. He's right there, and he run. And Baker's like sneaky elusive. He's got a little shake to him that, in the open field really gets guys. I think it's because guys aren't expecting it. I think especially linebackers, they're like, oh, here he comes. I'm going to smoke this slow white boy. And he does this little juke, and you're like, they come out of control. And if it's Lamar, you break down, and you're like, he can go any way. I got to be prepared. I got to get a piece of him. And you're in a much better tackling position. I think sometimes with Baker, people just think, oh, I'm going to smoke him. And they come completely out of control. It gives him a little head fake, and he's gone. But he is... I mean, we've been raving about him since we signed him. And when you go back and look at his career, a lot of things have happened that I think you should have looked past. But who cares? He's here now. He's on a great friendly contract. He fits Tampa Bay so well. I heard even Colin Cowherd talking about this yesterday, who was a certified, long-time Baker Mayfield hater. And now this, how he's justifying his come to Baker Jesus moment, how he's justifying it is, well, it's a special fit. I always talk about fit in Tampa Bay, and he fits in Tampa Bay. Like we're some type of, alien population here in Tampa because he worked here 35 years ago and still thinks everything's the same. And it's funny. It's like, oh, well, he's a good fit culturally. I'm like, yeah, we've been talking about that for a long time. And it's like, but no place else would he fit, but Tampa, he fits. Come on. At what point do people just go, he's a really good quarterback? He's a really good top 5 quarterback. I think we're getting to that point for everybody else. I think we're getting to that point. So as you go back and look at this win, there's so many different plays that pop out, especially in the all-22. The offensive line, this gap scheme that Carberry and Pacucci have come up with and coached, these guys, I mean, I tell you what, there was a couple plays where they pulled Michael Jordan and Grant Barton across that lead that they run. It's kind of a counter lead to the right. Redskins used to run a version of this play with John Riggins, and they lead up into there. And it's like, and I'm going to see if I can ask Graham about it today, because as a center, I'm not sure you get to do this as much, but he gets like a 10-yard running start from the other side and just gets to clear out that defensive end. And he was smoking people. And right off his ass comes Bucky or Rashad. And it's the timing is wonderful, and they hit it perfectly. They double team on the nose or to the block to the left, and then here come the two lead blockers, and it's a piece of work. They had O'Keefe lead blocking too, and that guy can't do a whole lot, but lead block is his jam. That is his jam, and he's really good at it. He's really good at it. But yeah, so it was kind of a physical mauling up front from the run game standpoint and defending the run, and then Baker making plays. And I just can't wait to see what this team looks like healthy. I mean, that's what gets me really, really excited is Tristan Wirfs back, Gedeke back in his spot, this offensive line back the way it should be. And then Godwin coming back with J-Mac and Ibuka. And hopefully these two backs stay healthy. I mean, my goodness. What a football team. What a football team. I mean, we can't take many more injuries. I can tell you that. We can't take many more Kalijah Kanceys. That's going to submarine this season. But where this team sits right now, you got to love it.
By the way, JP, I couldn't chime in a minute ago. I had to do a complete microphone change here, by the way.
Wow, on the fly.
I'm in a pit crew like at NASCAR, like everything. I think the cables in these booms are like built into the boom. So I had to go change the boom out and everything. Like it was,
wow.
Yeah, how about that for
you have the socket wrench out?
So Baker Mayfield, by the way, the only Cleveland Browns quarterback to win a playoff game this century.
Yeah.
They ran him out of town.
For
Deshaun Watson. Before
Knowing all
2020,
of
do you know the last time the Browns won a playoff game, JP?
It was with Baker. Oh, before Baker.
Yeah. Before the 2020 wild card win over the Steelers.
Was it Brian Sipe?
No, not quite that far.
Okay.
1994.
1994.
A win over the Patriots in the wild card round.
Who was the quarterback of that team? Was it? Don't tell me. Was it Vinny?
Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you.
He went 20 of 30 for 268 yards and a touchdown that day.
Don't be blaspheming Vinny. He lives here.
He was Vinny Interceptiverde when he played for the Cowboys. That's all.
He was colorblind. He was famously colorblind and didn't tell anybody.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Jameis needed LASIK. Didn't tell anybody. That's great. That's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, before I get to the Rays, let me get to you boys here because you all are in early. Golly, look at all these comments. You guys are awesome. Mike H says, how is it that the Dreamers, Dr. Workman, is all of a sudden in with the Rays group? His main goal is to bring baseball to Orlando area. Manfred even said it's MLB's goal to keep the Rays in Florida. That was interesting. He did say Florida. I told you this a couple weeks ago when it was announced Workman is in. Here's what I think is happening. I think, and we told you months ago, that MLB was going to cherry pick from each one of these groups and put together an all-star investment group to get this thing done in Tampa. So what did they do? They went to Workman and they picked him up and brought him over to this group. They basically probably told him, and this is all speculation on my part, but I'm, based on conversations that I've had.
You can make an educated guess. Yeah.
It's an educated guess. So what I think happened with Workman is they said, all right, first of all, you're not getting a team in Orlando. Right? That's not happening. Okay. So you're not, that group you have there, That's not going to work. Now, if you want to own a baseball team, you can go in with this group that's going to get it. How would you? So you're guaranteed to be in. Okay then. And here's the caveat. That's one of the reasons I think Manfred said Florida, is that if they can't get the stadium done in Tampa, we'll deal with that in a second, then Workman can lead them over to his connections in Orlando. I think that's their backup play. Baseball's backup play is Orlando. And that's why they've been talking to Orlando
too for the stadium in Tampa as well.
I get it. You jumped the gun.
Sorry.
But yeah, so that's their backup plan. Orlando is the backup plan, isn't it always? Orlando's the backup plan. And here's the other part. When Hagan comes out and says Orlando is a threat, everybody went crazy with that. It's political genius, because now anybody that wants to oppose, and he says it's Tampa's to lose. And I'm not saying this is some, subterfuge or there's anything, nefarious about it. What Hagan's doing, this is good, solid politics. Is what you should. It's the art of negotiating. So you frame the situation as, and I think rightfully so, it's Tampa's to lose. You have an opportunity to build a stadium, multiple opportunities, multiple different places that they're looking at, and contrary to popular belief of all the crap that you've read here locally and nationally, it's not that hard to build a stadium. The problem has always been Stu Sternberg. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but it's just suffice to say that's the problem. They get it done everywhere, even in Vegas. Okay, everywhere else can build it. Why can't we do it? Is it Tampa? They don't have any money? No, it's Stu Sternberg. And that's been proven beyond the shadow of a doubt. Look what St. Pete gave him. He still couldn't get it done. So that's a fact. It's a fact. So it's Tampa's to lose. And they'll create CRAs. They have SITS money for infrastructure. They have a willing group that has deep pockets that will pay for most of the stadium themselves. There's a development portion of this. It's not that hard. And contrary to Tampa doesn't have any money, which is the stupidest thing based on absolutely zero facts, there's plenty of money available to get the job done. You don't have to write a check for $2 billion, 1.5 right away. You finance it over 30 years. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of opportunity to get it done. So that's why Workman is in here. And if anybody opposes this, and there will be political opponents, we say, well, okay, well, if you screw this up, they're going to Orlando, and that's going to be on you, Mr. Politician. It's a nice play. And it's true. Now, if you were going to oppose it for what are real and factual reasons, then everybody should listen. I'm not saying this should be a slam dunk and there should be tons of public money no matter what, like say Pete put to it. No, absolutely not. It has to be responsible to the taxpayer, which is what Hagan has said on this show many, many times. And that's exactly what I expect. This deal should be done just like the one in Atlanta, just like the one in Texas, just like the one all over the place in Miami. All these, not the Marlins Stadium, but the new soccer's. Like all these places, they're all being done the same way. So let's get it done. Let's get it done. Now, yesterday, Manfred came out. And by the way, none of this was really new. What Manfred said yesterday, none of it was new at all, frankly. He basically said, okay, so this team's going to be sold. Basically, stuff we told you months ago. The team's going to be sold. We want it to stay in Florida. And he also said there's an excellent chance that the Rays will get this deal done in Tampa. I'm trying to find the exact quote here. So things are looking up in Tampa and headed in the right direction. That's the quote. So I think the situation in Tampa has a lot of promising developments. I think the potential for the sale to a group that has huge, deep roots in Tampa would be a definite positive development in terms of the long term of the franchise. Where have we heard that before? Right here. Topkin continues in his article here from the Times. A new ownership group led by Jacksonville developer Patrick Zalewski is expected to close a deal by the team from Stuart Sternberg in the next few weeks. The group is said to include prominent Tampa Bay investors. That's what we told you that many times. Though to this point, only two have been identified, Dan Doyle Jr. and Fred Ridley. Manfred reiterated that he didn't want to see the team leave the area, though some of curiosity given Orlando's interest. He said, I think Florida is the right place for that team. I think there are opportunities in Tampa area that can be exploited in order to get a new stadium and keep the team. There you go. Quote, with new ownership, I think you have to assume it's kind of a clean slate. Very important, clean slate, that they're going to decide about location. They're going to have to build and make relationships and contacts with people throughout the region to decide what's the best place for the ballpark in order to make the Rays successful over the long haul. Read that. Stu could never get it done, and we finally had to get him the hell out to get this done. That can translate for that for you. Manfred said that certainly it could include sites in Tampa, which the new ownership group is said to prefer, and St. Petersburg, where Sternberg's group had a deal and then backed out. Quote, they're going to have the same options that the prior owner had in terms of one side or the other. There's 3 or 4 panels that are up on the Trop. Manfred said everyone knows what we and fans generally think about the Trop as a long-term solution, which it sucks, not doable. It's a great solution for 26 compared to playing in a minor league ballpark with no roof in the Tampa climate. So there you go. None of this is really real. In fact, all of it, as you people know, we told you back in February. Feels good, though.
Go ahead and gloat a little bit. It's all good.
Why not? We get enough shit from those people. You know, glad they caught up. All right, so back to the comments. Mike Kate says, you can be in the other room listening to a Rays game. When you hear the distinct crack of the bat, you know it's Junior doing Junior things to the baseball. He has power to all fields. He's so good. That's why I say, man, it's just like, as much as the Rays are just kind of an afterthought now, and that's fine, man, what's about to happen here in baseball is going to be such a renaissance for this area and the Rays. I cannot wait. And I know, I heard Mark Topkin yesterday on the Rays radio broadcast poo-pooing the attendance in Tampa, saying, all the people in Tampa said they'll sell out every single game. We definitely said that there'll be a robust response, and there was. Not every game. They fall out of it. People still hate the owner. They don't want to support him. It's hot out there. People have kind of gone to the games, experienced it. The team is boring. It's not winning. You expect 20,000 people to show up every night on a Tuesday? No, Mark, it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean Tampa's not the solution. I mean, if you want to still talk about this, I mean, what are we talking about? 600,000 people in the St. Pete area within a half hour's drive. 2.4 million in Tampa. I mean, what are we talking about? So if we build a state-of-the-art stadium in a central location with ownership that people support, that's not going to make a huge difference? Are we still arguing about this? It's lunacy. It's lunacy. You see it all. Well, you see it everywhere. And the facts are so evident right in front of your face, and people are like, I don't know. Still a little murky. Is it? No, I think we know what happened. And you all know what I'm talking about. I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. Sergio Biltres says Rays are irrelevant now, unfortunately. Looking forward to the sale and the beginning of a new chapter. Absolutely, man.
That's what everyone's waiting on, right? That's what everybody's waiting for.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Mike H said, well, the new ownership might march the Rays up I-4 to Orlando. Not happening. Listen, and again, if we blow it, if the powers that be can't get this done, and listen, and this is what I've been telling you guys since February. This is the group that they have identified that has the political connections to get it done. Have you seen Jane Castor do a complete 180 on the Rays? Yes. Ken Hagan's supremely confident he can get the deal done. Rob Manfred, everybody is telling you how confident they are. Same thing we told you. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, except I'm more optimistic than I've ever been. When you bring in more money, bigger investors. Yeah, that's a good thing. Workman is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. More money to get the deal done. Kenneth McClary says, I would say good morning to the Petermans, but with Kancey out for the season, it's hard to say it's a good way to start. I know, Kenneth. I'm with you, brother. We had to start with the negative, but, you see how I worked it, though. I came back to the positive with the Buccaneers. Everybody has injuries. Everybody's going through it in this league. We're not the Lone Ranger here. So have faith. There's still a lot of good talent on this team, but we got to get through these games without Wirfs and without Godwin, without Gedeke. It's not going to be easy. Beat the Eagles. It's all right. Beat the Jets. Go to 3-1 after the first quarter. With all these injuries, we'll be thrilled. Absolutely.
At least you didn't trade Vita Vea and 2 first-round draft picks for Micah Parsons and then pay him $47 million a year. You can hang your hat on that.
Guess that's good. Good morning, football. Please don't wear your orange jersey. It's a damn curse, says Rick. Well, I can't wear it because I gave it to my son. So, but I will wear I'm gonna wear the creamsicle hat. You gotta wear the creamsicle hat. If we're gonna win creamsicles, I gotta represent, right? Yeah, I think so.
Good looking hat.
Yeah. Brandon Weed said we're one day closer to the Rays being sold. Yes, we are. So what do you think of FanStream Sports Tee and the and is that what should I wear? I'll wear FanStream Sports Tee and then a Buccaneers hat. How's that?
There you go.
That'll work. Okay.
Do it.
B says breaking news: Manfred said St. Pete and Pinellas in play. Is that what you heard?
Who's your source, B?
Well, he did say it. He said that they'll have options on either side of the bay, but he mentioned Tampa like 6 times.
Right.
But hold on to that, B. Keep clinging to the roof of the trop, hanging down. You're gonna fall into that dugout full of piss water, but don't worry, you'll be fine.
Stinks.
Nathan Elliott says JP Peterson on GMFB again. They're allowing you back. I'll be watching. They are. Can you believe that? He's not effing leaving for the Jets.
He ain't effing leaving.
Yeah. I'm not even reading that one. Commanders defensive tackle Jonathan Allen out for the season with torn pectoral muscle. How about that? But he actually came back for 4 games at the end of last year before he was traded to the Vikings. So he did. Yeah, I wouldn't count on Kancey being back. But is that true? Did he come back last year? Do not remember that. How early was the injury? I want to ask that a question as well. It's usually season ending. James says, I agree Bucs are real good, but here's the issue. This team is injury prone. So you try to manage Tristan's absence, and Bucs did a great job. Start 2-0, but now Luke and Kancey, what's next, JP? It's hard, bro. It's hard. I get it. I'm not going to throw in a towel, but it's, the injuries are building. There's no question about it. They can't keep sustaining these injuries. That's why I said if they lose to the Jets, I'm not going to be shocked with all these injuries. I'm not going to be shocked.
Jonathan Allen tore his pec in week 6 and returned for week 17.
Really? Wow.
And then requested a trade.
The Bucs have said, though, it's season ending.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've said that. So they're putting him on season ending.
Apparently that's what they said about Allen, too, back then. They said it was announced to be out for the season, but he returned for week 17.
But so I guess your Bucs haven't put him on season-long injured reserve yet. I know there's categories for that. I'm not exactly sure which how that works. But Mike H says, did Todd Bowles go to Mexico to ayahuasca retreat like Aaron Rodgers did? I know. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
I don't know, but I like him.
4th and 10, let's go. And he said, that was an easy choice, but I don't know. With 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, I think in years past, Bowles would have turned it over to his defense. We've seen that happen. It's not like we're just making that up. Rick says, Detective JP, first order of business. He will check the kicker's balls. He won't stop until he gets the truth. I'm going to find out about that today as well. I will talk to Chase about that if I can find him in the locker room.
Chase, what's up with your balls?
I want to talk about your ball preparation.
I want to hear that.
That's my come out roll. Talk about your ball preparation. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll have something much more
got roll tape
palatable. All right, I'm going to get to the rest of your comments when we come back, but I'm going to take a break here first. And any questions you guys have, let me know. We got to get to some college football today. Huge matchup. College game day is going to be there. Florida at Miami. That's going to be a big one.
We're going to talk about this Florida coach that was suspended?
Oh, yes. I still
can't figure out what he did.
For 3 games, he did something. We heard about this. It's this altercation.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was led by a coach, though. That's weird. All right, quick break. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. If you get in an accident, your first call has to be to the Jeeves Law Group. Call Scott Jeeves. Tell him JP sent you. Great attorneys over there. Insurance companies do not like dealing with them because they kick their ass. It's the Jeeves Law Group. They're local, trusted, and they get results. Not attorney spokesman, offices Tampa and St. Pete. And the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Go check out these incredible cars. The G70, the GV80, they are fantastic. The SUV is luxurious, high performance, technology out the wazoo, and great value. I mean, the best value in the business. Go test drive them. They've got great deals going on over there. Now, great valet service. So they give you 4 years free maintenance on the car. They'll come pick up the car, bring it back to you. You never have to leave the house to the office. It's the great valet service at Genesis of Tampa. Back in 3. Stay with us. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Don'tGoUncovered.com. It's that time. Open enrollment is coming up for health insurance. So if you do not have it or you need a new one, you don't like one, go to Don'tGoUncovered.com. Go to the website. There's a phone number there for you. Check it out. Give them a call. There are representatives waiting to give you some great options for health insurance and find out if you can get a subsidy from the government as well. I used it 5 years ago. Been going strong. I got great health insurance for a very, very low price. So Don'tGoUncovered.com is the website. Give them a call and they can help you out. Even if you, by the way, if you have insurance that is provided by your employer, call them and find out what the options are, because you actually may be able to do even better. A lot of employers make money on their health insurance plans. So, make sure you figure that out. So go to Don'tGoUncovered.com. That is true. They'll tell you, hey, we give you, just pay a nominal fee and we'll get you health insurance. Mm-hmm.
Nominal fee.
A nominal fee.
Your firstborn.
Your first.
I mean, they can have my firstborn if they want.
It's wow. It's not cool. My son would be really, really upset if I said that. All right, back to our great commenters and thought-provoking fans out here. John O'Leary, good morning to you. Said, I wish I could ask if when they shifted formation on the punt, if everyone got into position and the reason for the formation, talking about the block punt. Yeah, I didn't see anything different on that, except it just looked like Riley Dixon was just more deliberate than normal. I mean, it just didn't look, and especially when he almost got the one blocked, they didn't speed it up at all. So I don't know. I'd have to look at it again, but that seemed to be the issue.
And I don't know that speeding up the punt was going to prevent that, because that defender got there really quick.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Nathan Elliott says, JP, are you ready for all the Baker questions that you're going to get from GMFP? Hell yeah. We love all the Baker questions. And I know somebody put in here that Florio's talking about the Bucs have to pay Baker Mayfield $55 million right now. No. Listen, I'm all for them extending Baker as soon as possible, because the price just goes up, and certainly Jason Light knows that. But I'm pretty sure that they've already had conversations about this, and they're formulating a deal that's going to work for both the team and Baker Mayfield to be here a long time and be competitive. So I listen, again, here's the thing. When you have Jason Light as your general manager, you don't worry about these things. Yeah.
You don't have to.
Here it is. James says, Florio says Bucs must pay Baker $55 million now. Not realizing Bucs came to Baker, guaranteed third year, and Baker knows Bucs will keep team competitive. He won't leave, and he won't hold the Bucs up for ransom. Yeah, the Bucs have already showed good faith with Baker. I mean, this is a great relationship that they have going. So I don't worry about it. He's not going anywhere. The Bucs, he'll get paid. He'll get paid more, but it won't be such a. I don't think it's going to be a Dak contract. that makes him the highest paid. I think he'll probably get a bump into the 40s, but it's still going to leave room.
What's he's
Maybe
making
not.
33 now, right? Yeah, no, he'll get a $10 million a year raise for sure.
And and with the cap going up 25 million every year, that's not. You're still. I mean, there's going to be quarterbacks. I think there already are quarterbacks in the 60s, and if you got one in the 40s,
Dak's making 60.
Exactly. Yeah, so and you got one in the 40s, you're going to be well ahead of the game, especially if it's in the 40s and it goes for another 4 to 7 years.
Yeah,
and you're really, I mean, years 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. He's not going anywhere. He's not. I can't see him ever leaving. Now, I don't think he's going to play late into his
under contract for 2026. That'll be his age 31 year. But I'm sure they'll probably come up with something this offseason and void that 2026 and bump him up.
Yeah.
But somebody they're going to have to pay for sure this offseason is Mike.
Yeah.
Mike's contract's done after this year.
Yep.
So that's who they should be talking about.
Yeah. And that's going to, and I think they're, again, thankfully the cap keeps going up. James says, Coward's such a fool, says Tampa's sleepy and the media are not inquisitive. Then he says you have Ebor so Baker can hide. What a dummy he is. Bucs organization culture is why we keep our FAS. Not sure what that is. Baker will retire a Buccaneer. Yeah, Coward thinks he knows Tampa, and it's just it's so old and tired. It's so old and tired. And, you haven't been here in 35 years. Maybe you
thinks he knows a lot of things.
Yeah, it's just, but it's like have some self-awareness at all. Kenneth McClary says on that 4th and 10 play, if when I watched it, it looked like he did the Matrix with the shoulder to avoid the tackler grabbing a hold of him and just took off running. It did. I don't know how the hell he got out of there. I don't know how the hell he got out of there.
Must be taking ballroom dance lessons, and that's how he moves like that, doing the cha-cha.
Bantry says the Browns wanted an adult in the room. So you went and got Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun? He needs adult supervision.
Okay. Thomas Casper says if the Tampa group leader collapsed, there would be more to step in before Orlando was an option. Workman wouldn't be in if he presented a threat. I agree. Mm-hmm. I think Workman wanted to be with the group that was going to get it. Kind of sold John Morgan down the river, though, didn't he? And then Morgan had to take his shots at Tampa on the way out. What a jerk. Danny Boy Kane, good morning to you, said he basically said what you've been reporting for months, JP, talking about Manfred. And you have to believe this is going to get done very quickly since they've been so far along in the process of looking for a site. I think it's really going to be either Ybor Harbor or the HCC site. Yeah, I think Ybor Harbor is the spot. And maybe Daryl Shaw is playing a little hardball, so you throw out the HCC option. It's all negotiating. That's how all of this works. Douglas Batista says time for Topkin and Romano to retire or find a new gig. Their baseball coverage is average at best and tired of their false narratives about the fan base and ownership. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think I'm well documented, but I have nothing personal against Mr. Romano or Mr. Topkin. This may not work both ways that way, but yeah, they're reporting. We've exposed these false narratives for so long. And Topkin, he readily admitted yesterday on the race broadcast, says, I'm a St. Pete guy. And he'd rather see the stadium in St. Pete and always has been that way. I get it. But that's more personal choice than it is actual what's best for baseball here locally. And I don't think that's debatable. Rick says, how much stomach bile did Topkin have to force down while typing that article about new ownership? Yeah, it probably wasn't easy. Christopher Cole says, with all the quarterback injuries, why is nobody going after Trask? LOL. I think that tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Hey, you know what? And we'll talk to Baker today, but I wouldn't be shocked if Teddy Bridgewater's in play this week.
For the whole game, you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. As tough as Baker is, he took a lot. And that replay on the Daniil Hunter sack where his knee kind of went sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, he played the rest of the game and he played great, but those things have a way of swelling up afterwards. All right, we got a super chat. Let's get some sound effects for that. Woo, woo, woo. Jimmy Voyager, $4.99. Thank you, partner. Says thoughts on Manfred telling the AP the Rays are likely to restart search for new stadium after the sale. My answer, duh. Yeah, we kind of covered it, Jimmy. It's just, there was nothing new there. But I think it's good for him to come out and renew everything that we've been talking about just to get, because people are constantly saying, what's going on with the sale? What's going on with like there's, daily updates. These things get worked out. They have a closing date. They want to do it after the season, and it'll happen. It's happening. So I'm glad he kind of came out and said, I guess, the group went before Major League Baseball owners last week or 2 weeks ago. So I guess it's a good sign. Not that we thought that there would be any hang up there. But yeah, I think it's good. Mike H says, will there be a Big O show interviewing the bookie king? Yeah, he was actually, we had him scheduled for yesterday, but he was in town to do a podcast, and he's actually flew to New York to do a bunch of national media up there. Matthew Bauer, who we talked about, this was Ipe's bookie, Otani's interpreter's bookie. Yeah, he was here yesterday. Actually, we got a bunch of pictures with him, and he's going to come on virtually in the next couple of days. So we're going to have him on, and it's he had a flight yesterday, so we didn't want to kind of cram it into a half an hour because there's so much there. I mean, this guy was the bookie to 700 celebrities, tech giants, and athletes. He told me yesterday that 50% of athletes gamble. That doesn't surprise me. Does that surprise you?
No, but what does surprise me is why people need private illegal bookies. There's plenty of places you can go place a bet and gamble legally.
Maybe they don't want the government knowing how much they're betting or how much money they have, because all that's tracked by the government.
Well, okay, is that worth getting caught?
He'll tell you no, now that he's going to jail for a year on October 10th. He's a reformed person, absolutely. But if I were a celebrity or an athlete, especially if I'm an athlete, I don't even think you can have a gambling account, can you? A legal gambling account? And bet on, even if you're betting on other, I don't even know if they even allow that.
I mean, I know the NFL has partnerships with freaking gambling companies now. You'd think somehow they'd promote that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to double check that. I think Ridley was suspended, wasn't he? Ridley suspended a whole year for having just an account.
Maybe.
I could be wrong on that. I'll have to double check that. Lonnie Wilkins says, shout out to Stats for 50 years of broadcasting baseball. Dwayne Stats, our guy here, 50 years of broadcasting, still going strong. Was it yesterday he threw out the first pitch, or he's going to throw out the first pitch, and they're going to celebrate his 50 years. Congrats to you, Dwayne Stats. Absolutely phenomenal. Love hearing him call games for the Rays. It's synonymous with Rays baseball. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's announced this will be his last year, but it kind of feels like it is. I'm not sure if he's announced that. You guys let me know. Rick says, tell the GMFB crew when asked about Baker, buck around and find out. Oh, I might have to use that. What do you think?
Rick's finally good for something.
Finally, come on. He adds so much to the show.
Yeah, he does.
When Baker ran on that 4th and 10, you could hear Aikman saying, wow, while Buck was doing play-by-play. Yeah, he did. I think everybody's kind of come to Jesus, because it's 7:00 Monday Night Football. Everybody was watching, and I think they saw what we've been seeing for a long time. Yeah. Cody says, Yadi Diaz is having another great year. He is well underpaid. This would never happen in the NFL union or NHL union. Yeah, baseball's weird, man. They got to, and I think this is going to be a big part of why there's probably going to be a work stoppage. They got to figure out this arbitration system and free agency. These young players are getting screwed. I mean, these guys aren't hitting free agency until like 31, 30.
Yeah.
I mean, half their career is over. It seems like it's so unbalanced. You got the guys at the bottom making squat, and the guys at the top just making ridiculous money.
What's Yandy making? Like 10, 12?
I think he's 12 million. Yeah. 12 million.
Yeah, I would say that's grossly underpaid.
I was talking with about this yesterday. Orestes Estrada. Check out his new podcast right here on FanStream Sports Tampa Bay. Fairbanks, we have an option next year for $10 million. And I'm like, and he's not that shutdown guy, but when you look at the numbers, he's pretty good. And $10 million is what most teams pay the setup guy, not even the closer. So even if you use him as the 7th and 8th inning guy, go get somebody else, he's worth $10 million. You're right. Absolutely. And, I think he just had, a bit of a blip in the second half of the season. His numbers still look pretty damn good, but I know when he comes in, sometimes it gets a little dicey. Michael LaRue says, what's the land cost difference between Ybor Harbor site and the HCC site? Michael, I have no idea, to be quite honest. I think the HCC site would probably be, at least to the ownership, wouldn't cost much money at all because it's county and state land. And with DeSantis being best buddies with Zalupski and saying he supports a stadium in Tampa, but they're not putting money into building the stadium, but they'll do infrastructure, and land acquisition is infrastructure. So I don't think it would be a lot. Now, Ybor Harbor, that's a different deal. And with Darryl Shaw, I'm not exactly sure if he's part of this ownership group or not. I kind of think he is, because he knows all the people, Doyle and Ridley and those guys, they know each other very well. So if he's not officially part of it, he's going to be part of it in terms of the development, if it's Ybor Harbor or Ybor in general. So, yeah, I don't think land acquisition is going to be a huge cost, because, obviously, if you build a baseball stadium there in Ybor Harbor, you're going to make a lot more money in the real estate development, a lot more. So that's how that works. Mike Gates says Dwayne is simply the best. Rick says LeBron does DraftKings commercials, and we all know he's an upstanding, true American hero. Yeah. I saw him promoting all the Chinese stuff the other day. Good for him. Stats. Danny Boy Kane says Stats has been with the Rays since its inception in '98. Before that, he was with the Cubs and then the Yankees. I think he was with the Astros. Wasn't he with the Astros too? Did he do some Astros work? He should tell the world that Ohtani was the one who was gambling, Christopher Cole says. So I asked him that yesterday, and he said he never spoke with Ohtani. Never spoke with Ohtani.
We didn't have to. That's what the translator was for.
Right. So I think he says it when asked about the question. He basically says it without saying it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, how the hell does somebody bet 300? So where's the number? I wrote it down. $360 million. He bet over the 4 years. 360 million he wagered, not lost, but wagered.
Yeah.
He said 19,000 bets. And he ended up owing him $17 million. He lost. But he had access to Ohtani's Angels account. So that money there. So I think, yeah, you can't prove it, but it is what it is. As Pete Rose so famously said, I wish I had an interpreter.
JP, speaking of Ohtani, did you see the history that was made yesterday?
No, I saw what Cal Raleigh did.
Also making history.
Yes.
So Ohtani
55 and 56. How about that for a
switch hitter?
A switch hitter. And Cal Raleigh, a was a 3rd round pick out of Florida State.
Yeah. I
saw a story. I think maybe Joe Henderson wrote this or someone on Facebook, that Chip Baker, who was a longtime assistant coach at Florida State, I've known Chip forever. He said he was riding on the bus with Cal. He'd have these conversations with him when he was at FSU. And he said Cal was always like, I'm going to make history in Major League Baseball. I'm going to do something really special. Like he manifested it. He manifested. This is a guy who came out of nowhere to do something of this magnitude. But this is a dude that's worked so hard and just manifested it all the time. You always believed that he was going to hit at this level. For whatever you could say that's bull crap stuff or whatever, but it worked for him. What a season. What a season.
So Ohtani hit his 50th home run of the season.
Right.
Which makes him the first player since 2001 and 2002 in A-Rod to have back-to-back 50 home run seasons. But that's not the most impressive thing he did last night, because he was also the starting pitcher. He pitched 5 hitless innings. He had 5 strikeouts. That brought his season total to 54 strikeouts, which makes him the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 50 home runs and strike out 50 batters in the same season.
Jesus.
So of course, 50 strikeouts isn't a big deal. There's been 311 pitchers this season that have gotten at least a 50, right? But Ohtani is now the only member of both the 50-50 club for homers and steals and the 50-50 club of homers and strikeouts.
Insane.
It's crazy.
It's
hard for me to wrap my baseball brain around.
All right. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, looks like TJ Reeves is in the bullpen and ready to rock after his Orlando experience. He cheated on us this morning. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Let them do your homeowner's insurance, your flood insurance, and your business insurance, all your insurance. They do all the work. You save all the money. Italiano Insurance, in business for over 60 years here in Tampa Bay. Back in 3. The Golden Diamond Source is working every day to be your family jeweler. Right now, a $5,000 engagement ring with 0% interest can be yours for just $83. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you this year. Now is the time to get ahead with their in-store layaway. Trade in your old jewelry for cash. Gold has never been higher. The Golden Diamond Source is offering the highest ever trade-in values for your gold and diamond jewelry. Now is the time to get your holiday shopping started. So come in now, relax, shop, and save at the Golden Diamond Source. We love Julie and Steve Weintraub, great local philanthropists, and you can find them at 3800 Omerton Road in Clearwater, where you'll always find the perfect gift, only at the Golden Diamond Source. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, are you going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state, or the one that supports your favorite sports show? It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. With this record heat in Tampa Bay, you better have your AC unit running at peak efficiency. Third Generation Plumbing installs the best American standard AC units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. That's why Third Generation Plumbing trusts American standard air conditioning, built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard. Plumbing or cooling, we've got Tampa covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing today, 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. And we also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. I'm watching an old clip here of Baker Mayfield on the Colin Cowherd Show clapping back at him. Remember when Colin went after him?
Good.
Now Colin's like, oh, he's a great fit in Tampa, but only Tampa. Like,
Buck around and find out.
Like, there we go. There we go. All right. Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we celebrate Baker Mayfield and your Tampa Bay Buccaneers with our good friend, Buck sideline guy, TJ Reeves, Tampa broadcast icon, repping the creamsicle polo this morning. Bucko Bruce, what's up, dog?
Yes, we have a throwback week this week. Always good to be with you, Timmy. I am feeling for you because I think your weekend should have been sponsored. JP's got all the sponsors. Should have been sponsored by nitroglycerin or the paddles between Texas A&M, Notre Dame. My God,
Maybe Rolaids.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Giants, epic. Both teams won and lost the game twice each in the fourth quarter and the overtime. And then let's get to the BUCCANEERS Go Bucks on Monday night with the Houston Texans. As I said to Baker Mayfield, had them all away. Had them all away for another week. My God, what a weekend for Timmy, but for Buccaneer fans as well on Monday. Something else. Good to be with you guys. Can I just say at the outset?
Yes, please.
Who had this team 2-0, winning the first 2 road games? I don't know. JP, you may have called it, but
no, I said 1-1. I thought they'd lose at Houston.
Me too.
But
or I'd lose one of them. I mean,
now you got house money, do you not?
Oh my God, yes. Oh hell yeah, and overcoming these injuries, and it's crazy how they went through this at the beginning of the show. The numbers as to the likelihood of winning a game when you have 260 yards of total offense and you're outpossessed by 10 minutes and get no turnovers. That's like a 2%. That's what they did in week 1. And then this week, getting a punt block, giving up a punt return for a score, and
almost
no turnovers. Yeah, almost. Yeah, basically led to a score. Yeah, that likelihood of winning the game is about 2 or 3%, and they got it done because I think I said this before the season. Game management is going to be huge. To go from a 10-win team to a 12, 13-win team that's about winning those close games. Baker basically said the same thing, and they've done that 2 weeks in a row. So tip of the cap to Todd Bowles and Beistline or Beastline, whatever we're going to call this new game manager, whatever. They've done a hell of a job in the first 2 weeks. And the question still remains, TJ Reeves, because nobody's asked it directly. Did you let them score?
All right. I know you raised this issue.
I did right after the game.
On this
Very
after
high.
the game and on the JP Peterson Show yesterday. I am here to testify at the altar here. I had an excellent vantage point.
You did.
Because I'm on about the 10-yard line with Nick Chubb coming right at me. When he broke free, cut right on the left side of the Buccaneer defense, and I saw guys chasing him initially. And I see Antoine Winfield run up right at him, but he had a bad angle. And then he turned and went the other way. So the answer to your question is I don't buy it. I do not buy it. I know Troy Aikman raised it a minute or two later about did they do that on purpose. Obviously, in hindsight, the Texans probably would have been better off if he'd have laid down at like the 15-yard line. But you're in the heat of that moment, and I'm there every week, ringside seat. These guys have 250-pound linebacker flying at them, safety flying at them, whoever. He's not thinking in that moment when he broke free trying to get the first down, I need to lay down, and ran on into the end zone. And here's the other thing. Why are you going to not score a touchdown when you have a chance to, when you could still miss the field goal? It happens. We saw a doink at that end earlier. And please tell me we'll circle back to your kicking theory, because I like it with the footballs. You kept
Preparation of the balls.
saying balls. You kept saying the preparation of the balls, but I'll say footballs. And you may be onto something, Captain, by the way.
Yeah.
But if you're the Texans back in that moment, do you want to just rely on the kick when you have a chance to score a touchdown and put the game away? That's another valid point. And I will say this once again, as I said on the Nothing But Bucs podcast, I said it on the post-game show. I've said it on other interviews, including in Orlando. Just before you came on, no, you're still my fave. We worked out 11 a.m. We worked it out. All right. So Orlando, by the way, I go back with Mark Daniels.
Horrors.
Listen, I go back with Mark Daniels 34 years. I go back to him to 1991, the coach over in Orlando.
They do a great job over there.
So when the coach is texting me and calling me from Orlando Sports Radio, I'm going to be good to the coach. All right. So, and
are they still delusional that they're getting a baseball team? I believe the dream is over. We'll leave it at that. The dream at this point is over for them, especially when two of their prominent people have dropped out and joined at least one of them, the Tampa Bay ownership group. Nonetheless, we digress. Back to it. Where was I? The field goal is not a guarantee. No, the extra point's not a guarantee.
That's right. When they score the touchdown, it's easy for me. I am not a player. I am not a coach. But I'm standing down there going, 2 minutes left, all 3 timeouts left. This guy at the helm, they're going to get in the end zone.
Yeah.
He's going to find a way. They're going to get in the end zone. Now, do I want to paint that it looked rosy at 4th and 10 in your own territory? And I thought you brought up, and others have brought up, does Todd Bowles of 2022 or 2023 maybe early on in the year punt that football?
Yes.
3 timeouts left.
Yes, he does. 100%.
Valid,
and the 2-minute warning.
Valid question. Do you go ahead and punt the football there and say we can stop the clock 3 times and get the ball back versus the chances of making 4th and 10 in your own territory? So I think it is an evolving thing with game management. You learn as you go. You trust the people you have. You trust Baker Mayfield. I submit to both of you two and the FanStream JP audience here on the JP Peterson Show. How many other quarterbacks make that play on that 4th and 10? All right, off the top of the head, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. It's a short list.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen makes that play.
Herbert.
Does Herbert make that play?
I don't know about that.
Does Jordan Love
he made a run? Play? He made a run in week 1 that basically iced the game.
Does Jordan Love make that play? Elusive and then make the run? Does Michael Penix now in Atlanta make that play? Who else makes that play?
Listen, anybody can run for 12 yards, but you go back and look at that. I mean, they're sending, I think, 6 or 7. I think it was 7.
I think they brought 6. They brought 6.
About 6. Like. And the last guy comes as a free runner, and he's got nowhere to go left. He's got nowhere to go left.
He's got half a second to decide, how do I make that guy miss before he kills me?
Right.
Or do I just go down or what? And he makes him miss. He gets under and around him and makes him miss and gets out the gate.
He's sneaky elusive.
I think
they underestimate him, because he's kind of a small, slowish white guy.
And maybe that's to his benefit because he kind of disappeared in that moment, kind of behind the big bodies for half a second. Now, whoop, he's out the gate and running. I mean, what a leader. What a leader. I keep coming back to this. What a leader and a star at that position in the clutch over and over again. And we love this. We love this whenever we get a chance to pile on because you cannot always do it on your own. You have to benefit from the stupidity of others. Thank you, Cleveland Browns. Thank you, Carolina Panthers. Who stupidly, both of them said, nah, you know what?
We're good.
We're good.
Can you believe the Carolina Panthers at one point had Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold in their quarterback room, and they dumped both of them?
Who, by the way, have gone on now to quarterback other teams in the playoffs since they had them. Yes. So, again, if not for the stupidity of others, sometimes you can't succeed. No. So it's amazing. And I know and the coach was making this point, Mark Daniels, just before I came on with you, that, hey, the culture fit has helped him and helped him blossom. I agree with that.
that.
But
We've been
guess
talking
what?
about that for years.
They won that first game in Minnesota with him lowering the head, remember, in the second half on a key drive and blasting the Minnesota DB, his first game.
Yep.
First
Yep.
regular. That whole bench came off the bench and erupted when he made that play. They are following this guy through a burning building if he's ready to go. So that matters. That means something. And look, this is not everything. This is September, and it's 2-0. But what a start to win those two games on the road and now get a beat-up, demoralized already Jets team in week 3, which we can talk more about in a second. You're in a position to be 3-0 to start this season with all the home games you have looming at the end of the year, on the back half of the year when everybody's hopefully healthier.
Against lesser teams.
Against lesser teams. Amen. Amen. Good stuff. Good stuff. The other
So Mike H has to be a wet blanket here and say, the bad part is Baker will eventually get hurt bad doing these things.
There is an argument to be made, and he had a bad wheel the other night. They showed him. He went in and got checked real quick, and they were looking at his foot. But you know what? I'll take the trade-off right now.
Hell yeah.
I'll go make that play because nobody else, for Mike H and anybody else, and
What
if
are you
that's our
gonna
guy.
try to throttle him down?
Yeah, and the other thing is,
Good
if
luck.
he doesn't make that play on his own, it's a team sport, you lose the other night.
Yeah.
So are we going to discourage him from making those plays?
No,
I don't
just
think anybody
play.
is.
Hey, we got Teddy Bridgewater, who I'm thinking we might see this week, TJ. I mean, you have no privy. You're not privy to any answers, but you do see
You
these
talking
guys
about
in
to
the locker
start
room.
the game, or you're talking about later in the game?
At some point.
Okay.
He got beat up the other night. My point is Baker, and I was the sack that Daniil Hunter, and you didn't see it because you were, unless you went back and watched the game, but the replay showed his knee go a little sideways.
Right.
And, but he just gets up and keeps playing. He doesn't flinch. But after the game, this stuff, and the day after,
Cool
it starts-
down, the adrenaline cools
Yeah.
off, and and now, oh my God, I can't walk. Yeah.
Yeah. And I heard he was limping pretty bad coming out of the locker room.
Generally speaking, I'm not supposed to reveal.
Yeah, that's right. I did not ask that. I did not ask.
No, that's fine.
According to
but
others.
let me
According
put it
to others that
let me
were
put it
there.
this way: when I was around him, he wasn't limping around me when I was talking to him, and maybe that's still the adrenaline, etc. And we'll all get to find out more on Wednesday and Thursday.
Today. Yeah, we'll find out.
Later today and tomorrow on what does he look like. And, maybe this is a game where they get up and let's hope have an easier fourth quarter. I'm all in favor of that. And maybe you do see some of Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Who knows? But right now, find a way to win this game. I mean, the Jets, you don't want to say their season's on the line, but if they dip to 0-3, everybody's checking out on them, on Aaron Glenn already in the beginnings of this season. And you may have their backup, Tyrod Taylor. We haven't heard an update on the concussion protocol and Justin Fields.
Which scares me because Tyrod can play.
Yeah, but
Tyrod can play.
As elusive. He's not as elusive as Fields. And I saw some of that game against Buffalo with him in the second half. Give me that with loud Buck crowd and pinning the ears back with the home crowd. Give me some of that.
Nervous backup quarterbacks.
Give me some of that
nervous.
right now.
They
Give
make.
me.
So, what is the impact of Kalijah Kancey's loss?
It's large at the moment because somebody's got to fill the void. They were counting on him. I mean, the shame of this is he was battling the calf injury the last 2 years.
Right.
You get him fully healthy to begin the year, and now you're in the first half of game 2, and he's reaching out while being blocked, trying to make a play, and ends up tearing the pectoral muscle. I mean, I knew it's easy to say this, but I knew it was not good when he was walking by me with the trainer and the look on his face, and then they said pectoral injury, and I'm like, oh boy. Because generally speaking, those players will tell you, when you've done something serious like that. And so he obviously knew. And so now it's next man up with Greg Gaines, who stuck his nose in there, Logan Hall, who you drafted a couple of years ago. And this Elijah Roberts,
Look
here
good.
we go again with Jason Light and his staff. This is a kid. He was in your part of the world, Timmy, at SMU last year as a mercenary, an NIL mercenary. And he had a lot of sacks last year. He had 2 in the playoff game with Penn State, for whatever that's worth.
Yep.
Formerly at Miami with the Hurricanes, made a couple of plays the other night. Yeah. So it's next man up. It's the best you can do with that injury.
I'm seeing, by the way, I don't know if this is breaking news or not, Ian Rappaport, if you think he's got connections to the Bucs, he said that he posted on X about an hour ago, Baker Mayfield took plenty of hits in the dramatic win on Monday Night Football against the Texans. His injuries did not require any MRIs or additional scans. He may take time off practice this week, but we'll be good to go for Sunday versus the Jets.
There you go.
Good to know.
Get
Good to
him
know.
some more of that. Love
He's
that
tough.
chicken at Popeyes with the sauce. Energize him and turn him loose. And again, what a leader! Can't say it enough. You can just
He's no Joe Burrow.
You hearken back.
God, Joe Burrow.
You hearken back to like the 80s of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, then eventually Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And you just say Tiger Woods with it all on the line. They're not going to let their team lose, or Tiger's not going to lose this tournament.
Yeah.
That is the same kind of thing right now with Baker Mayfield in this mindset. I'm not going to let us lose. If it's close and I can do something about it, I mean, you'd love to be up by 21 points in the fourth quarter this week. Can I order that up? JP, can I order that up? Can I get a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter this week?
It's not going to happen.
But if it's not going to happen, I still roll with Baker with what we've seen. How do you doubt it at this point? And I think this team rolls with him also.
Well, if you're looking at it from the other side, the Jets have their own quarterback issues.
Yes.
With Justin Fields and concussion protocol, and it doesn't look good right now. I know it's only Wednesday,
right.
but it's not looking good on Wednesday. I don't know that I'm more scared of Tyrod Taylor than I am Justin Fields.
That's what JP was saying, but I saw some of that Bills game, and this is what he's been passed around too, like the offering plate at church.
16,
How many teams? What'd you say? 7, 8?
This is 16.
Who was the team doctor? Was that the Chargers team doctor that gave him the injection in the ribs and punctured his lung prior to the game? Remember this story,
yes.
JP?
Yeah.
They tried to give him a painkiller injection, and he injected him and punctured his lung, and they got to go to the emergency room. Talk about the team doctor want to get away.
Was that the Chargers?
Want to get away?
Was that the Chargers?
Chargers, yes.
Ownership, cheapest ownership group in America.
Tyrod has been
Probably
a while.
got some doctor
He's
from
been around a
Tijuana.
while.
Hey, come on up here. We need.
Look, Tyrod has been in the NFL for a while. The Bucs will talk him up.
Yeah.
But I would rather go against him than a healthy, full-go Justin Fields.
All right.
In this game with the Jets.
So here's a lot of these are making the rounds.
What is that? My eyesight's horrific. What is that?
Has Baker Mayfield
put it closer to the camera? There you go. Has Baker Mayfield reached elite status?
And it's comparing his numbers to Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
I got you.
Yeah.
What say you?
He's got 8,900 yards passing, more than any of the other guys.
He's got 74 touchdowns for the Buccaneers in 2 seasons and 2 games.
This is since 2023. 74 to Mahomes, 55. Allen's 59. Burrow's 60. And Lamar's 71. Completion percentage, 67.4 to 66 for Mahomes, 65 for Allen, 68 for Burrow, and 67. So he leads everybody but Burrow. Rating, 100.6.
They got your graphic up on the screen, Captain.
There you go.
There it is.
More than Mahomes, more than Allen, just a tick below Burrow and Lamar Jackson. And then record 21-15. These other guys have better records, except Burrow at 16-13. I mean, the numbers don't lie. And then
how many fourth quarter comebacks these 2 years and 2 games? Probably half dozen easily.
Yeah.
Where you had to have it.
It's just he has been
this year.
Yeah. And we've talked about this from day one. The culture fit is so perfect, not only for the team, but for the city. I mean, he's not going anywhere. And I love what this cat brings to the table. I just want him to win a Super Bowl so bad for this team because it would elevate him over the Brady years. I just love the dude and all the impact that he's making in the community with his wife. He gets it.
I agree with you. Yeah. And so, again, it's a long season. A lot can happen. We saw the injuries in the middle of the year last year to Evans and Godwin, obviously, that hampered things, and they kind of swooned. But then they come off the bye week and go 6-1 down the stretch of the season. That's what you're so encouraged about with all those home games at the end of the year, too. Playing 4 of the last 6 at home, including getting the Saints, the Falcons, and the Panthers all at the end of the year at home, which you would want. So stay tuned on the overall there with the schedule. But yeah, I can't. I mean, the winning Levante David talked to me about it after the game, late night, Monday night, on the culture that's here, the belief that's here. It took a long time. He went through a lot of losing, a lot of fired coaches to now get to the point with the Brady-led teams and now the Baker-led teams on offense. And Levante's every bit the leader of that defense of we believe now that we're going to win, and we believe in the clutch we're going to win. Somebody's going to make the play. So, again, there's a lot to be excited about. Long way to go. 15 games to go in the regular season. It is a marathon to even get to January in the postseason, but right now you got to be happy.
So not to look ahead or anything, but if the Bucs beat the Jets, Bucs beat the Jets, you're 3-0. If Philly beats the Rams, they're 3-0. Heading into week 4. 2 undefeated teams. I know it's only 3-0. Is there any chance that the NFL moves that from a 1:00 game?
We were speculating. I don't believe they can in the first 4 weeks. And here's why they're not. And I'm surprised because you're right there in the wheelhouse. The Sunday night game next Sunday night is the Green Bay Packers visiting the Dallas Cowboys and the return of Micah Parsons. There are few guarantees in life: death, taxes, JP Peterson from 5 feet with a ducat on the line. There are few guarantees in life. I'm going to make a guarantee. They ain't moving that Packer-Cowboy game off Sunday Night Football.
No, but they can make it the late afternoon game, though, right?
They could. The late afternoon game next weekend, I believe, is Baltimore and Kansas City, I think. They want that. Yeah, and so that game, that is on like CBS, and Fox wants this game at 1:00. That's going to be Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady. I already heard that for the Eagles-Bucs game next week.
So Brady's coming to town?
Brady will be here for Bucs Eagles, just like they were in week 4 last year.
Yeah.
So
do we
we
welcome him in to the to One Buck Place?
Yes.
And sit down with the coaches, check out our film.
Yeah, at this point, it's bizarre. They've greenlit that. They've greenlit that again.
No, so what I heard yesterday, and I believe this was clarification, he is allowed in production meetings, but those production meetings cannot be at the team facility.
Okay.
They have to be offsite.
And again,
he can't go to One Buck Place.
And let's just share this. All right. So he's calling the game in Kansas City on Sunday. All right. We're at the stadium. The Buck game is over. I'm off the air, and I look on social media, and he's in the Raiders coaching booth with a headset on Monday night, the next night. It's almost as if the Raiders are pushing this and Brady's pushing this on how far can we go? How far, what can we get away with here with him being there?
Did he think he wasn't going to be seen?
Of course not. If ESPN wasn't showing him, somebody would have gotten video or a picture of him in the booth and would have put it on social media. Of course.
The arrogance. Of
course.
Wow.
Because he was kind of sitting back in the suite, right? He wasn't like up in the front. So you wonder if he was trying to be a little covert, And
by the way, I mean, this is not uncommon because the new daughters of Jim Irsay, the late Jim Irsay, they have been doing this the last couple of years. And one of the daughters was on the sideline with a headset on.
Carly Irsay Gordon,
taking notes.
They want firsthand info on who knows what they're doing with this or not. Maybe some would say that's micromanaging.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, let's just go next level. All right.
Jerry's been doing this for 40 years.
Okay, but Jerry's not been in the booth with the headset on though. No. But let's just go next level. All right. Geno Smith did not play well. Breaking news. This just into the newsroom. Did you see his stats when we talk about clutch and the game on the line?
Not good.
That in any pass over 10 yards, 0 for 11. Yeah. 0 for 11 on any pass over 10 yards in the game, and they lose. All right. So what happens when Tom Brady wants Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly to make a quarterback change and wants them to do something else? And we start having this.
Are you going to go to Kenny Pickett?
Behind the scenes to Kenny Pickett, Jim Plunkett, anybody else they want to go to.
Or will Tommy start warming up? Tommy will be like, you know what? I think I got a few left. I'll be better than 0 for 11
so I think,
from 10 yards. That's for damn sure.
I'll be able to complete a 10-yard pass.
Like the little kid. Remember the little kid in the Cam Newton commercial? Yeah.
That's a very interesting dynamic, is it not?
It is.
What do they do? What do they do with the Raiders?
I would think that Brady. I would think Brady signed off on Geno, right?
We had to have.
Yeah.
I mean, Carroll.
I guess.
So now it's not so easy to pick the quarterback, is it, Tommy B?
Yeah.
Maybe Tommy's going to be another John Elway.
This just seems like a gigantic conflict of interest that I don't know. I don't think it's a good look for the league. I don't think it's a good look for the league. It's like, oh, it's Tom Brady. He can do whatever the hell he wants. I mean, is there an advantage for the Raiders? Is he learning more about these teams than he otherwise would not? No. I mean, listen, you've been in production meetings. I've been in production meetings.
Mm-hmm.
There are some coaches and coaching staffs that will give you a lot. That will give you a lot that most people are not privy to.
All right. To your point, you love this. Let me pull the veil back. I haven't really shared this. I'm not going to get specific. But when I was doing the pregame interview with Todd Bowles, he was first on the production meeting with ESPN, all right, with the Monday Night Crew, with Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, Laura Rutledge, Lisa Salters. They were all virtually on a production meeting with him. He told them 2 or 3 things right away to help them with understanding that nobody else really knew what was going on, and I got to know about it, and others got to know about it. To your point, there's all kinds of things in those meetings that coaches will open up about, players will open up about. Troy even said at one point, I am not going to bring this up on the air, but I just want to know for my benefit, what are you thinking about this? And he told him so that I guess Troy was looking out for, if I start to go down the road of Bowles likes this or doesn't like this, I don't make a fool out of myself. Yeah. He just went ahead and said, what is your thinking on this? I'm not going to tell you what it is, but Bowles shared it with him. So that's, to your point, that's the value of those production meetings.
Yes. And if he's an owner for another team that you're competing against, especially in division, it's like, what are we doing?
I don't have it. Timmy, do they play the Jets this year? The Raiders are in the AFC. Do they play the Jets? I'm going to look, or you can find it before I find it. Yeah, if they play the Jets, obviously that would be advantage. Raiders to have him do the full breakdown.
Yes.
Of doing a Jets game. We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, they don't play each other.
They do not play each other. No. But the interesting thing is the Bucs do play the other AFC East teams, including Buffalo, Miami, and New England. They already played New England week 1. Do they play Buffalo or Miami? They're not playing the East, apparently.
They play.
Well, look, eventually the conflict is going to be there directly within their division when he's doing games. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think at some point that he's going to have to choose one. He did a
Chiefs game for the arch rival of the Raiders this past weekend.
Exactly. All right. Let's stop.
What else, my friend? Anything else? Or are we good?
Anything else from you, Timmy?
No. And look, going back to did they allow Chubb to score? I'm going to leave it with this. If they did not allow Chubb to score, they need to be lying and saying they did, because they misplayed that play horribly. And I would rather have had them allow him on purpose to score.
Listen, they had 36 yards rushing to that point, and they got 25 on that play.
They did. He broke free. And you
go look at Zion McCollum and Winfield, and I'm like, listen, but I think it's what's more fascinating is will Bowles cop to it? Because if he cops to it, he looks like a freaking genius. But if he doesn't, then
right,
are they trying to hide? Listen, I said this, and you've covered the great Arena Football League in its heyday with Tim Markham and the Storm and everything.
Uncle Timmy.
Yeah, and I used to work. I did NBC Network Sports for them. I did work with Bob Papa and all those guys doing Arena Football League.
Right.
And those guys, and Markham would talk to me about, like, I'll let other teams score all the time. So you got to have the ball last. And if it's a one-score game, you've got to have the ball last in Arena Football. That's the main thing. You don't care about stopping teams. You got to figure it out. And they'd have 7 possessions in the last minute and a half, because teams would be just like letting them score. It was just you're trying, and the NFL is kind of becoming that way with kickers, kicking them from 75 yards.
Oh.
And you got to do the math and just figure out how to get the ball last. With 4 downs, 3 timeouts, and a 2-minute warning, you're going to score. At 90%, if you have any alacrity whatsoever in the offensive game, you are going to score.
By the way, we did not bring it up. The Bucky Irving catch and run is underrated. Hasn't probably gotten enough attention, and he put the juke on that Texan right in front of me on the sideline. Bill Raftery loves to say lingerie all over the floor. There was lingerie all over the floor on that one because he gave him the ankle breaker.
The hoop-de-doo.
I mean, goodness gracious. The 1-2 punch, keep those guys healthy. Irving and Rashad White at this point. So a lot to like, Buccaneer fans. And we're putting on the white with the creamsicle numbers and letters and the Bucco Bruce helmet for this week. And let's see if we get the throwback mojo working in the all white. Because as we've said before, 1976 season, in all 14 regular season games, they wore the all white with the white helmet. So that's part of why they're doing this. How about the fact that the Buccaneers have already won the same number of games the first 2 weeks of the year as they did the first 2 years of the franchise? In the 52 of the franchise, you're 2-0 now. You were 2-26 the first 2 years. But
we will win. We will win in the white creamsicles. The orange still has yet to be proven, but in the white, we will get it done.
Jim, how do you feel about the execution of your offense? I'm for it.
Favor of it. Yeah.
All for it.
All for it.
All right, partner. I will. We'll see you a little bit later today over at $1.
Yes, we'll go hang out over there and see what all's being said.
You'll bring in the stuff. You'll bring in the stuff, man.
Yeah, we got it all.
You bring in the contraband.
And you have me back anytime. Let's see what happens for this weekend. And boy, if we're talking about 3-0 for that Eagles game, woo.
So are you going to make the draw? You're going to bring the tapes? You're going to bring the secret tapes today?
Are we talking about this
on the air? Yeah,
on the show. If you want the tapes, I got the tapes.
You got the tapes?
You know, there's a tendency right now for the feds to come looking for stuff on who's got the tapes and who's got the documents. If you want the tapes, I'll bring you the tapes.
For those who the tapes are 3/4 inch tape from 1984 old Buck coaches tape. So
all kinds of crazy stuff. And JP's
I don't think Cash Patel's interested. But you never know.
Yeah, these are not secret tapes. These are not secret documents, not military, not government. But
I don't think
not proof of the UFO landing in the 50s in Roswell. None of that. But
if Christy Nome wants to come to the house and check them out, I'm all for it. Come on over, hon. Come on over, sweetheart. Just don't bring Cash
really jealous.
Or Bongino. I don't want to see those ugly guys. All right. Thank you, partner. See you.
You guys behave. See you later.
Bye.
All right. You and I, Tim, have to talk about these projections for the college football playoffs.
Okay. Why are my Aggies getting any respect this week?
Well, I don't know, but I saw that matchup, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. First round bye against Texas A&M. All right, quick break.
4.
CBS Sportsline said it was happening. It's happening, baby. All right, quick break. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll get into some college football and anything else you guys want to bring to the table. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Hey, gold has never been higher. It's a great time to bring in that old gold, the Guido chain with the Italian horn. Bring it in. You're not going back to your 40th reunion. It's not going to work then. It didn't work in high school. So bring it into the Gold and Diamond Source. Get some money for it. Go buy your wife something nice for Christmas with that money. All right? You don't need that thing anymore. And if you're looking to get engaged over the holidays, do that holiday shopping now, folks. Get it over with at the Gold and Diamond Source. Great deals, great prices, always at the Gold and Diamond Source, and the best staff ever there. And great folks who own it there, Julie and Steve Weintraub. We love them and their philanthropy here in the Tampa Bay area. The Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. Back in 3. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. Reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine & DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine & DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine & DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine & DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by KingmakersTampa.com. We are coming to you live from the Kingmakers studio here in beautiful Midtown. You can use this great production studio that I sit in right now if you become a member at KingmakersTampa.com. It is a unique space here in Midtown, literally about 2 minutes away from Midtown, and right off of Dale Mabry. Beautiful, beautiful place. We have a great sports bar here and a golf simulator. I'll be playing Pebble Beach later today, Timmy. And
Nice.
I know, right? I'm going to go over and talk to Baker and the boys, find out about Chase's ball preparation. Then I'm going to come back here and play Pebble Beach and then do some more work here in the office. You know, how about that? You could do it here, right here at Kingmakers. And we've got private offices, got a stylish conference room that you can use as well. So much to do here at this private club, KingmakersTampa.com. We've got memberships open right now, but they will not last long. It's a limited number. So if you need a satellite office in Tampa and you need a place to kind of hang out, network, a lot of cool folks hang out here, not including me. Then do kingmakerstampa.com. It's where you go to get it. So, I was perusing the Twitter machine as I do during the breaks, and trending Baker 46,000 posts on Baker. Here's another one. This was Baker Mayfield became the first quarterback since Brett Favre in 1999 to lead game-winning touchdown drives with less than 2:30 left in back-to-back games. I think you might have had that stat yesterday, but he's just owning social media today, and that's a beautiful thing. And the remorse coming out of Cleveland is so wonderful. So wonderful. All right. Anyway, so we got a huge game coming up this weekend. University of Florida at Miami. These used to be annual affairs, and they were slobber knockers back in the 70s and 80s, even the 90s. Some great games between Miami and Florida. And I think, it's tough for Florida. I mean, their schedule's ridiculous in the SEC. I get it, but I sure would love for them to play Miami every year. It's such a good matchup, and there's so much at stake. Now you say for Miami, look, they're up to what, number 4 now? I watched that USF game again, and I'm here to tell you, USF's a good football team. Miami dismantled them. And obviously USF beat Florida, so right. that doesn't work. Okay, well, USF beat Florida. Florida doesn't work that way, especially in rivalry games, because I think Florida is a talented football team. They went into LSU, and if they don't have that touchdown call back early on in the game, I think that's a totally different game. But for Billy Napier, if they go down there and get embarrassed, he may not. He might be taking an Uber back to Gainesville. It matters how they play. It matters. The effort is going to be good. They'll play their ass off. It'll be a physical football game. But Miami's really freaking good, and they can embarrass you because they got a decent quarterback. Carson Beck obviously knows this University of Florida team very, very well. He's got 3 receivers. Malachi Toney, this young freshman, is insanely good. CJ Daniels, holy shizbang. That catch in week 1 against Notre Dame was insane. He made one that last week that might have been better. Not better, but damn good. Damn good. He catches everything. And the third guy is escaping my name, Jonah Moore, I think it is. Yeah. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. They are so freaking talented, and they can run the football too. Fletcher is a beast behind this line. I've not seen a Miami team this good since 2001. That's how good they are. Now, that being said, Cristobal and this coaching staff, the way they manage games sometimes is a head scratcher. And if Florida stops committing stupid penalties and Lagway just gets a little bit more accurate, he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
He's got to get better, right?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he made some really, really bad decisions last week. And 5 interceptions against LSU, 4 of which were just not good. I mean, you just got to be better. Yeah. But his accuracy, which was so good last year, not good this year because I just think he's been rusty. He's been beat up. But I think Florida can be better. College game day is going to be there. It's a huge game for Billy Napier. And I think Florida can win it. I'm not saying they're going to. I think they can. I think a lot of people that are counting them out, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. And I said this last year when they were in the midst of it. I said, hang on. Let's see if they make a run at the end of the season. And they did. These guys do not quit on Billy Napier. They do not quit. They won't. They didn't quit last week at LSU. Now, their assistant coach, I don't know about him. What happened with this, Timmy? I didn't get the full scoop on this. I know there was an altercation before the game. So this particular assistant coach was suspended for 3 games. So it wasn't nothing. What the hell happened here? No. This coach.
I haven't been able to find out what happened. Every article that I've read, all it talks about is, the apology. Coaches are expected to be leaders and to de-escalate tense situations, blah, blah, blah. But it never says specifically what it was that he did. So I can't find it. If somebody knows, let us know.
Yeah.
His quote was, On Saturday, I reacted in a manner I'm not proud of. There's no excuse for my behavior, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I intend to use this situation as a teachable moment, not only for myself, but those who I impact. I offer my sincerest apologies to both institutions and the staffs and families involved. I have yet to find out what it was that he did, though.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I don't really think it affects this week's game, although, there'll be the officials better get out early this one, because it's a nasty rivalry game. All right, so I mentioned that so CBS College Football put out this I guess according to the rankings right now, what the college football playoff would look like if it started this week. And Florida State would be in. And who would they be playing in the first round? They'd be playing at home against
Gig 'em, baby.
Gig 'em, Texas A&M. And by the way, USF would be in there as the 12th, as the group of 6 or whatever they're calling themselves now, as well. And I'm like, whoo, I'm here for this playoff. Absolutely, 100%. Miami would have been the 2 seed. So, yeah, I would love to see that. Can you imagine Florida State making the playoff? They don't make it in the year they go 13-0 and win the ACC.
Right.
But this year, coming off at 2-10, if they're able to win it, and now you look up and you're like, well, Clemson's not the team we thought they were. Like, what the? Did you hear Dabo yesterday, by the way?
Yes.
Dabo went off.
How about that?
Yeah. He's like, well, last 10 years, we made playoffs 7 out of 10 years. We had 2 national championships. We won the league 8 out of the last 10 years. I'm like, he's got a point. He's got a point.
He does have a real good point. I don't even like Dabo, but
I like Dabo. He's got a lot of Bobby Bowden in him. Love me some Dabo. But this is you got the graphic. Okay, here we go. So USF at Georgia, week 1. Oh, that'd be fun. Illinois is that Texas Tech? What the hell is that?
Yeah, Texas Tech.
In the 8th spot? Okay.
By the way, you haven't followed Texas Tech football. They've scored 64, 62, and 49 points in their 3 games, while holding opponents to, I think, a total of 21 points.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're real good. They finally got a defense in Lubbock.
Oklahoma against Oregon. Oh, that'd be a really good game. That Venables defense against Oregon.
Heisman Trophy
Texas
winner.
A&M Gig 'em at FSU in Tallahassee.
God, that'd be so great.
What would that be, like last week of December?
Yeah.
It'd be cold. Be chilly in Tallahassee. Then, Penn State with the automatic bye against the USF Georgia winner. Ohio State awaiting the Illinois Texas Tech winner. A lot of blue bloods not in this, by the way. No Alabama. Interesting. Oklahoma, Oregon winner would take on LSU. I still think LSU is going to falter. I don't know why, but I'm not a Brian Kelly believer.
I'm not either, but they've got a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way.
And then
I'm not a believer in Penn State at all.
Okay. Yeah. And then FSU, when FSU dismisses the Aggies, we would play UM.
So the Aggies will head to Miami.
Wow. I love it though. I love it. So we fixed the first round buys, right? This year we fixed that part of it. And then we have a 12-team playoff. And I do not want a 16-team playoff. We don't need all that nonsense. We don't need
a lot
all that
of football, man.
It's a lot. I mean, one thing we learned last year is we don't need more teams. We need less. I don't know. Take your pick. But I think 12 is good. I think 12 is really good. Johnny O'Leary says, great show. Don't get to see live golf. They just had a quick lesson. Wedge, more upright swing, and hands at the end. Where's Johnny Gerber when we need him?
Johnny Gerber at this very moment is probably in surgery right now.
Is he in surgery? All right,
yeah, he's having the first of the 2 necessary procedures to replace all the bionic equipment inside his chest.
Man, that is all right. Good luck, Johnny. Prayers for you, buddy.
Yep.
If you want to put up his picks for this week, feel free. Mike H says, is there a massage parlor or stripper pole at Kingmakers? Come on, Mike. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's. We have a massage table. We do have a massage. We have a little mini gym and a massage table right next to the treadmill. So in the golf simulator room. So yeah, we get a massage, play Pebble Beach this afternoon, get a little workout in. Yeah. I go to the sports bar, hang out. Yeah.
It looks like they got a comfy couch in there.
Yeah,
One of that big screen TV.
Lots of comfy couches and recliners. Yeah. Danny Boy Kane says, and by the way, my podcast tonight I have to postpone from last night. My guest will be Scott Carter. You're stealing my guest now, Danny Boy Kane? What the F? Who covers the Gators for FloridaGators.com, and we'll preview the game. The recording will be at 8 o'clock Eastern, and the pod drops tomorrow night at midnight on Spotify and 8 a.m. Friday morning on YouTube. All right, Danny Boy, we'll be watching, buddy.
There's your plug.
We got it on there.
By the way, John Gerber will be on the show next week to preview Ryder Cup because it's Ryder Cup week next week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's no tournament this week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I thought I saw his
be with us to preview. And JP, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little scared for the U.S. team. Not going to lie.
Oh, I am. Yeah. JP's Dabo sounds like John Morgan. It's all the same. They're all the same. David Terry says, please tell me the Nick Paul injury is not true. I just saw this. Nick Paul out till November. I have not confirmed said yet. So I can't tell you for sure. Have you seen anything on this, Johnny? Nick Paul, that would not be good.
Nick Paul had surgery. He is out until November.
Just announced. Yeah, it's because Lightning Media Day today.
Yeah.
So we have some of those injuries or interesting tidbits for you tomorrow. Yeah, out until November. Upper body injury. No good. It's not a good way to start. Had surgery this past week. Was a lingering issue. Team tried conservative measures throughout the offseason, but it wasn't improving.
Sounds like a Tristan Wirfs situation.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
People will say, well, why didn't you just get surgery? Well, it's not that easy. It's not so cut and dried, and I think most players would rather take the conservative route before, and try to avoid surgery as much as possible. I think that's the right way to go.
Maybe his health insurance required him to try alternative options to heal rather than surgery.
I hope his doctor speaks better English than mine did.
Oh, God, that's the worst.
Good God. Sergio Belcher said Cody Mock not seen today in the team's walkthrough. Oh, my God. Our only healthy offensive lineman playing is the only position. Now he's out. All right. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? Since Bowles is at 12:10 today, I'm going to get out of it. Let's get out of here now. And I'll see if I can make it over there in time for Todd Bowles to ask him that question that seems to be so elusive. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to TJ Reeves. Thank you, IndyCar Tim, for playing hurt today. We both were with a little bit of head cold today. Sudafed worked. We will see you guys tomorrow. Check out social media. We'll see if we can get some answers on ball preparation and if they let them score. That's what we're going to try to find out. And we will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity. See you then.